Now let's create a EC2 instance in AWS, and also we'll try to connect EC2 instance to SSH. So let's create a EC2 instance. So we will log in into our AWS account. So I have already logged in into my AWS account. So we can access EC2 service by searching EC2. So now we can see that EC2 virtual server in the cloud. So click on EC2. So whenever we create a EC2 instance, we need to look in which region we are going to create. So you can see that there are many regions. So now we are in Europe. So when I click in US East and Virginia, you can see that I have already created a EC2 instance in this region. So now let's create another EC2 instance in US East. So we can see that there are no virtual servers are running in this region. So now let's create a EC2 instance. So click on launch instance, then name your virtual server. I want to name as my first EC2. So after naming the naming, we need to select AMI, Amazon Machine Image. It is nothing but here we need to select our operating system. So there are different kinds of operating system available in AWS, like Amazon Linux, Mac OS, Ubuntu, Windows, Red Hat, etc. So depending upon the application, we need to select our operating system. So here I selected Amazon Linux because it is a free tier account, so we can't use other operating system because those are paid on. So next we need to select instant type. Instant type is nothing but the hardware like CPU, RAM, memory. So it is also a free tier. By default, it is a free tier. So we can't select, if we want to select more memory, we need to pay for it. So next we need to select key pair. Key pair is nothing but it consists of a public key which stores by AWS and a private key which is stored by the customers. The private key should be stored by the customer because whenever you want to access EC2, you need to upload that private key in order to access that EC2. So let's create a new key pair. So RS key pair key, then create key pair. So network settings all are default, and we'll talk about security group later. So and then launch instance. See, we can see that the EC2 service has been successfully created. Now we can see here EC2. Let's refresh the page. So now we can see that the EC2 instance is running. Click on instance ID. So this is how we need to create EC2 instance.